All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our generative AI course. And ever since we got our Anaconda prompt up running, it was a full speed ahead. So let's dive right in and show you exactly what we went over tonight. So first we're going to start by reading over some notes. So these are the steps we took to actually get everything up and going. So first we will search our system for Anaconda prompt, which I showed yesterday. This is where we create our virtual environment. Our first command will be conda create -n followed directly by our environment's name. Conda create and testing OpenAI, followed by a version of Python we are using. The best version to use for Python is going to be the 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, or the 3.10. Then we do conda create our learning environment's name, then Python equals 3.8. Now we will hit enter, and if everything goes correctly, our environment will begin to be created. Next, we will activate the environment by running the activate command. The name of our testing environment should now be listed where our base was. Next, we can clear the screen using a CLS. Note, I'll wait to do this live so that we can see the steps it took to get here. Next, we will check the libraries that we have in our environment by typing the command pip list. This will give us a list of the libraries we have as of now. Our next step will be to download the Jupyter notebook. Let me go down some. It was a busy night. We did a lot of steps, so I'm just going to read over it and I'm going to show you everything. Now, we will use this command to install it, Jupyter, install it. Oh, this is the command here, pip install Jupyter Notebook. Now we will search pip list again to see what the libraries we have access to initially inside of the Jupyter Notebook. Now we can open the notebook by entering the command Jupyter Notebook. This will open our Jupyter Notebook in a new tab in our browser. After that, we need to launch our file by clicking the new drop-down tab and select the notebook. This is where we will be performing all of our practicals. Now we will name our environment. We renamed our environment. Now our notebook is ready to go. Now we can head back over to OpenAPI or the OpenAI website and click on the Quick Start option and follow the instructions for the Python selection. Note, since we are using Anaconda already set up our environment, we can skip right to the step for installing the OpenAI. And to install, we have to open a new Anaconda prompt since we can't stop the first one because it's running our Jupyter notebook. Now, once our new prompt is open, we will type the command conda env list to view a list of our environments. Now we can select our environment by typing the command conda. We can activate our environment by typing the command conda activate followed by our environment's name. And conda activate testing OpenAI is the command we're going to enter in our prompt. Now we can run a pip install command for the OpenAI. Now to check that we successfully installed the package, we can go back over to our Jupyter notebook and import the OpenAI library. So let's get in and look at all of the steps. I left everything open and running so we could see exactly what we did. This is the first one here. So this is the first one here. So let's go all the way to the top. So you can see this is how we initially created it. This is inside our Anaconda prompt here. So you see conda create -n testing OpenAI Python 3.8. This is how we initially started it, ran everything, how we created it. So it was created. Let's move down. Proceed, yes. Environments. Then we had to activate it, conda activate testing OpenAI. This is how we activated it. And then we ran the pip list here. You can see this is the pip list. Now this is what we initially had inside of our Anaconda prompts. Or no, this is what we had in our environment right here. The pip setup tools in the wheel. That's what we have right there. Then we installed the Jupyter notebook here. The pip install Jupyter notebook. So we actually did that, and it took a while to actually install. It was a big package here, so all of this is part of that downloading process. So we went through all of that, and then once we actually had it all the way downloaded, we did a pip list again, and then we got a new library list or new pip list of libraries that we have or packages that we have inside of the Jupyter notebook initially. And this is all of them here. So initially we had 3 as you saw. And this was everything that came with the Jupyter notebook. These are all the libraries we have access to initially. So that's all of these here. So we were just going over everything here. And then we actually opened up our Jupyter notebook by typing this command here, Jupyter notebook. And it opened up a new tab inside of our browser for our Jupyter notebook. And that's going to be here, as you can see. So this is the Jupyter notebook actually live here testing. What's this here? I don't know what this is about. Okay, maybe that's just the home there. I don't know why I did that. It's my first time moving around there right there. Don't touch stuff. Okay, yeah. So this is our actual notebook here. You can see Jupyter Notebook. You can see we renamed it to Test Open AI API. That's that there. Then we had to open up the second prompt to actually get the Open AI installed. So let's go to the top of this one here to show you that really quickly. So this was the Anaconda prompt for the second one. We weren't in outside our environment yet, so we had to do the Conda env list. That brought up all the environments that we had inside of this prompt here. You can see ours is here right here, testing Open AI. So to activate it, we did the Conda activate testing Open AI. That opened it up for us. Once we're inside, we actually did the pip install upgrade Open AI. That downloaded the package for us, the Open AI package. That brought everything over to give us access to everything. So once everything was downloaded successfully, that's when we came over here to make sure we had access to it. We imported over into our notebook. You can see here I used the import Open AI. Yeah, it was a lot. I condensed everything into a speed run just now for you, but it was a lot and it took a little bit to get exactly where we are. But everything is up to par and everything's up and running. We have all our imports so far. We have all of our downloads so far, and our environment is up and ready to go. So yeah, we're gonna call it a night for now, but of course we will pick it up tomorrow, and of course I will keep you posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.